Hey, yo, what's up, guys? Zaid here with another episode of Zaid's Experience. So today's going to be a little bit of a different video, guys. I wanted to make a review of a product that's helped me out in the past quite a bit and that hopefully can bring you guys some help and relief as well. The product that I am talking about is by Incrediwear. If you guys have watched my channel for any given amount of time, you guys have probably heard me talk about a knee sleeve that I've used in the past. The reason that I've used this knee sleeve is because I used to have a lot of joint problems in my knees. I had a lot of inflammation, I had a lot of issues. I did a lot of therapy and a lot of things just didn't help. And this particular knee sleeve by this company ended up being one of the contributing factors to my recovery. Also, my review on this knee sleeve was the first product that I ever reviewed, or the first video that I ever posted to YouTube. So if you guys go back to my YouTube search, that was my first video that I ever made. And the reason why I made that video is because I had a need to put that information out there. I had almost an obligation, a duty to anybody that was in pain or that was going through the same thing that I was going through to try to help you guys out. So this is why I'm doing this video today. The Incrediwear product is a sleeve that increases blood flow to a certain area to wherever it is applied. There's different types of sleeves that you can use. There's shoulder sleeves, there's leg sleeves, there's knee sleeves, calf sleeves, elbow sleeves, and they got a couple of other things as well. So the whole idea of using these is to increase blood flow to the area. That way you can reduce swelling, bring more nutrients into the area, and speed up recovery. Basically, if you guys are suffering from any kind of tendinitis, arthritis, any kind of knee sprain, ankle sprain, a strain of any kind, ligament injuries, if you just had surgery and need to recover, this can also help speed up that recovery. Also, if you're an athlete and you just had a massive training session and you just want to recover a little bit faster, one of the things that we know that definitely works is to increase blood flow to the area. The way the area can get more oxygen, which in turn brings more nutrients and speed the recovery process. This is something that athletes can definitely use. You don't necessarily have to have any kind of sprain, strain, or any kind of hurt in your body. This can just definitely work for the average athlete as well. On all that sounds great. How does the product actually work? Does it actually function? Does it feel different than a regular brace? In my case, the main reason why I used it was because of my knee tendinitis. And right now, the main reason why I'm using it, because I'm suffering from shoulder tendinitis in both of my shoulders, but mainly on my right shoulder. This is a shoulder that I dislocated a couple of months back, and I can definitely see an improvement by using the shoulder brace. This shoulder brace is awesome. Ever since I hurt my shoulder, I've been trying to find a way to speed up the process as much as I can. I've tried cryotherapy, I've tried massages, I've tried quite a bit of things, but it just seems like there has to be a consistent way to do it. Otherwise, the area just doesn't fully heal as fast. The only other way that I was able to tackle it was through my nutrition and just stretching and doing a couple of other things, the very basic stuff. And I think this was a great supplement, a great aid to everything that I was doing. So the way the shoulder brace works is you just put it on like so. Let me get it in here. And you're good to go. Obviously, I put this under my shirt just so you guys can see. This is actually super comfy to wear. I can wear this all day and it's not a problem. It's not something that I notice. This is super comfortable. They scored a 10 with this particular part, because usually these straps suck in just about all the products that I've tried. I hated wearing knee sleeves when I was recovering from my knee because the fabric that they used was just so terrible in a lot of them, and I bought a lot of quality ones, but I mean it almost felt like they weren't being used by people. Like nobody would go unscathed without any kind of chafing if they used those products as they were meant to be used all day or for a long period of time. It was just not happening. With this, there's no problem if it just rubs up against your skin. It is definitely a very, very comfortable product, though there's only one thing that hopefully they can improve upon in the future, and it's this. I don't know if you guys can see it right here. This little strap, it's what makes this little area either bigger or smaller. Depending on how big your bicep is, you're gonna have to make this either smaller or bigger. And so the complaint is not with the actual strap itself, but the bottom portion right here. I don't know if you guys can see the edges on this. This is fairly sharp. And so what ends up happening is Whenever you flex like this ends up spiking into your skin if it's not properly covered. So the way I got over this is to barely put this on top of this right here. And now it doesn't bother me. It doesn't become a bother. But every now and then I move and I just so happen to push it a little bit back. And it's not a deal breaker at all, but it's definitely something that hopefully they can improve upon. Maybe round up the edges like this one on the bottom, maybe round this guy up, and that way they can remove all the edges on this particular part. Other than that, this thing is perfect. I can definitely feel that throughout the day. It almost feels like the area is more prone to work, like it's definitely ready. You know how you guys wake up sometimes and you feel like, oh, you're all stiff? But when I put this on, or if I have this on for the entire day, it always feels like it's completely warm, like it's ready to go. Like I just had a small training session. And it goes for the same for every of the other body parts, which leads me to the next item that I highly recommend. Now, in the past I've used the knee sleeve, and that was the one product that I love. If you guys have knee problems, I totally recommend the knee sleeve. The knee sleeve is great if you have only problems in that area. But after trying the leg sleeve, I grabbed my knee sleeve and tossed it. Like I said, don't get me wrong, if you want to carry something a little bit smaller, something a little bit more minimalist, the knee sleeve is definitely the way to go. But if you guys want something that's going to cover a larger area, and it's going to be basically, it's like the foolproof method to making sure that you feel great all over your legs, is this guy. So what did I find with the leg sleeve that was better than the knee sleeve? Well, for one, like I said, you feel like the area gets warm within a couple of minutes of just using the actual sleeve. So when I put this on, I felt like I was ready to go run without a warm-up in the first 5 to 10 minutes of just wearing it. Seriously, I felt like I was just ready to go. Until you use the sleeve, you'll kind of get what I'm talking about, obviously, but it definitely makes you feel great. I love this thing. This thing, if I ever run a marathon, I know that I'm gonna be using this during the race, or at least in post on recovery, because this definitely helps out with recovery. I tried it on my right leg, which was the one that's affected the most, and I didn't even feel my knee nag at all the entire time. I ran 7 miles just this past Tuesday with it. So I just ran 7 miles and I used the Incrediwear knee sleeve on my right knee because that's the knee that usually gives me a problem. I didn't think there was going to be that much of a difference if I used it or not. You know, I just thought maybe I wasn't going to feel as much pain or something like that after 7 miles. Regardless of whether you have knee pain or not, you're going to feel something. And I didn't feel anything surprisingly on my right knee. I actually feel like there's still a good amount of blood flow. But as for my left knee, I did not use the leg sleeve on my left knee or on my left leg at all because I didn't think I would need it since it doesn't have a problem. But I can definitely feel like there's way more lactic acid building up right now on the left one. But luckily I have a second leg sleeve. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the left leg sleeve on and I'm gonna leave that on just for recovery, because you can do that as well. You don't need to necessarily put it on only when you're doing the activity. You can also do it for post activity. So let's see if that kind of levels out the playing field because my left leg is killing me. A couple of minutes later, I could almost feel like the difference. My right leg felt okay, but my left leg was dead. It was dying. So I was kind of Resident Evil walking throughout the entire house because one of the legs was actually way more recovered already from just using the leg sleeve than the other one. And what I ended up doing that night was I grabbed the leg sleeve and put it on my left one. That way it can kind of balance out for a little while. And in the morning when I woke up, they both felt the same. So definitely, if you're gonna use it, maybe for exercise, that's a great way of using it. But if you guys are gonna use it for recovery, that's also a great aid. So leg sleeve, highly recommended. Now, there's also a calf sleeve. Again, if you want to go a little bit more minimalist, this is a great way to do that. You can just put these on if you guys have some calf issues, or you just find that your calves get a little bit too tight on some of the runs, this is a great way to relieve that pain, and it really brings a lot more circulation. So I highly recommend the calf sleeve if that's the only thing that happens to you, but that's why I like the leg sleeve so much. It's a 3-in-1 actually, because it covers the top part of your leg, it covers the middle section, which would be the knee, and then the calf as well. So this is a surefire way to kind of just be fully covered, which is why I recommend this one over maybe getting the calf sleeve or just the knee sleeve. But again, if you just want to go minimalist, I think either the knee sleeve or the calf sleeve is the way to go. So these are the main products that I recommend. Now, they also sent me some other products, such as a couple of socks, some elbow sleeves, and some circulation shorts. Personally, I did not feel that much of a difference with those in comparison to their other products. They are the same fabric, they're the same material, but given I do not have any problems in these areas. So I did feel that blood flow sensation in the areas, but I did not feel like a drastic sense of recovery in these particular ones. The socks I kind of did notice at the end of the day because I thought about it a little bit and I didn't feel as tired from my feet while using those. So that could have been due to the socks. But as far as the other two, again, I don't have any issues, but your mileage may definitely vary. If you're somebody that has very tight hips, those shorts really help out with that, and I'll be using them in the near future to see if they help me out with any type hip problems or any circulation stuff in my butt area. Especially if you guys are hardcore runners, I really recommend those in the sense that you could potentially see a lot of improvement in the blood flow and circulation to that area. Definitely give them a shot. Like I said, your mileage may vary. I love this product. Even if I wasn't injured, I think I definitely have some use for it just for its recovery purposes. Again, the build quality is phenomenal. I really like it. Very durable. I've had my knee sleeve for about a year and a half now, and it's still in pretty decent shape, and trust me, I used it during my CrossFit times. The material vents out pretty well, so if you guys sweat quite a bit, rest assured that this will kind of air out on its own pretty well. Also, it's not itchy or anything like that, so it is super comfortable to wear, which is always a massive plus and a must for me because I just can't wear anything that's itchy. I hate it so much. I hate buying a product that is expensive and then seeing that it's super itchy or something like that. No, I can't. I'll just toss it. I won't even like. That's why it's so hard for me to order things from online and like Amazon and places like that. I need to see the quality of whatever it is that I'm wearing first. That's why I never order shirts online. That's why I never order pants online, because I need to feel the material. I need to feel what I'm putting on, and this definitely covers all aspects of comfort. Easy to wash, easy to keep around. It actually looks pretty decent. I know a lot of people are concerned with how it looks. I think it looks pretty fashionable in comparison to some of the other clunky stuff that's out there. So that also definitely checks the box for me. Overall, my final thoughts with all this, I think Incrediwear has really hit the ballpark with these products. I think they are awesome products that definitely have a place in the market. They help me out with a great portion of my recovery. I was waiting for something like the leg sleeve when it came out. I was totally stoked, especially when I heard that they were gonna send one of these to me to try it out. And hopefully these products can help you guys out as much as they help me. This is the main purpose of this video. Like I said, I am not getting paid. All Incrediwear did was send out some product. I said that I was gonna honestly review it. They accepted, and hopefully, like I said, it just helps you guys out in the near future. But in any case, guys, thanks for joining me in another episode of Zaid's Experience. Please go ahead, comment, like, and subscribe. You guys know the deal. Push that notification bell if you guys haven't already done so. That way you guys get notified whenever I come up with a video such as this. Also, Incrediwear was nice enough to send a discount code for you guys. That way you guys can get a little bit of a discount if you do hit up their store and try to buy any of these products. I'll leave that link down in the description below. Also, make sure to leave some comments down there. Let me know if you guys like this video. But in any case, guys, Zaid out. Peace.